And so we're moving on. And the next one that you have to identify will be based on average cost. Average cost. And this one I find gives the most trouble to the students for some strange reason. But it's not really that much of a difficult process because you guys have been practicing the average cost of things since you've been juveniles, right? You really have. Let's do a quick illustration. Let's assume that you went to the corner store and bought some candy. You bought an Annihilator for 5 cents. You bought a Jolly Rancher for 15. What is the average cost of those pieces of candy? You guys are going to all get this right. You're going to scream out 10 cents, right? Hopefully. 10 cents, right? 5 and 15. How did you get 10, class? Well, the correct answer, how did you calculate 10? Right? The correct answer to that question would be that I added up my total cost of my candy, the 5 cent and the 15 cents, and I divided them by the total what? Quantity. Cost over the quantity. Cost over the units. That's all we're doing, guys. That's all we're doing. Cost over the units of the goods available. Okay? So let's get it going. Always start with your cost of goods sold first. Right? Always start with the first sale. We already know our first sale was 6 units. Right here. 6 units right there. Right before you sell, you have to ask yourself this with this method. Right before the sale, how many units do I have available? Always ask yourself that. Right before the sale, how many units do I always have available? And the answer is what? 10 plus 4, 14. We're going to put 14 right here because that's your denominator for your calculation. My numerator for my average cost calculation is the cost, just like the candy. 14 units, now we have to find the cost of the 14. So how would you find the cost of the 14? COGAS just basically means cost of goods available for sale. So how are you going to find the cost of the 14? We have 14 units, 10 at 2. And we also have 4 units, 4 at 3. That makes up our 14 units. Okay? So, 10 at 2, $20. 4 at 3, $12. We take 20 plus 12, 32. 32 is the total cost. We're going to put that on top of our formula, and we're going to solve. That's going to give us the average cost. $32 divided into 14. So I'm going to use a calculator here, and I'm going to say 32 divided by 14. I have $2.29. Always round up 2 decimal points over. Always round up 2 decimal points over. So the answer is $2.29. That's my average cost for my 14 units. These 14 units have an average cost of $2.29. Therefore, the 6 units I sold have an average cost of $2.29. You might have to watch this again, but this is good stuff. And so we've identified all 6 units that we sold in the first sale. And I always ask my students in class to keep in mind the following. How many units did we originally have with an average cost of $2.29 based on this calculation? And the correct answer is we originally had 14 units. How many units do we have now that we sold 6? Obviously 6 minus 14, or 6 from 14, will give us, what is that, 8, right? 8 units. So we still have 8 units left at an average cost of $2.29. Remember that. So then we go on to our second sale. Second sale. How many units do we have in the second sale? How many units do we have in the second sale? 7. And we're right here. So you still have to ask yourself, right before this sale, how many units did I have originally available? Right? And so how are we going to do that? Well, think about it. Out of that original 14 that we just finished selling, right? That original 14 right here that we just finished selling 6 of, we have 8 left. Then we made a purchase of what? 5. So 8 plus 5 gives us 13. We have 13 units available right before this sale. 13 units available. So now that is our new calculation. That's our new denominator. 13. Our new denominator is 13. Now I have to ask myself what? What's the cost of the 13? What is the cost of the 13? So how am I going to do that? We already know that we have 8 left, right? 14 minus 6 is 8. We have 8 left with an average cost of $2.29. And we just made a purchase of, right here, 5 units with an average cost of $4. So now we need to find out our numerator by multiplying that information out. So I'm going to take $8 times $2.29. That gives me $18.32. I know I'm in the corner here, but if you're paying attention, you should be fine. $18.32. And 4 times 5 gives me 20. So if I add 20 to $18.32, I get $38.32. That's my new what? Numerator for my new formula. So now I can calculate the average cost of my 7 units. So if I take $38.32 and divide it by 13, I get now $2.95. I get $2.95. So my average cost for 7 units are going to be $2.95. You're going to have to watch this a couple of times. So don't freak out if it's still not connecting. So I'm going to give you like a few seconds to copy all of this. And we're going to continue because I need to erase some of this stuff. Okay, you can always pause. So it's the beauty of this stuff. So now I could calculate my total sales, right? The cost of my total sales. So I have $2.29 times 6 units. $13.74, and I have $7 times $2.95. That gives me $20.65. I add those two together, and that will give me $34.39. This is my cost of goods sold. $34.39. That's my cost of goods sold. Now I have to calculate my cost of ending inventory. Now I have to calculate my cost of ending inventory. Now how will I go by calculating my cost of ending inventory? Well, we still know that we have 7 units left in ending inventory. We still know that. We still know that. But we have to figure out where is it coming from. Okay? Where is it coming from? Now, we had an earlier, the very last average cost calculation, if you paid attention, it was $38.32 divided into, what was that, 13.